Smart lights, smart thermostats, smart entertainment, smart everything. When you are Central Kentucky's leading technology integrator, you get just that, a smart home. Before you make your next electronics purchase, come visit our lifestyle showroom here at Bluegrass Home Entertainment. So, are you ready to be wowed?
Welcome back now to Evening Edition. I'm Larry Smith, a special hour-long edition as we continue now coverage of our first snowstorm of 2022. Finally beginning to wind down, but what a day it's been. People still feeling the effects of a day that led to major interstates being shut down, hundreds of accidents across the area. The big headlines right now here at this hour, Governor Beshear declaring a state of emergency in Kentucky. The Kentucky National Guard activated at all interstate closures as the governor urging everyone to stay off the roads. We mentioned several major accidents on the interstates today. In fact, at least 40 vehicles involved in a pileup on I-64 near Mount Sterling. Interstate 75 has been a mess, especially around the Clays Ferry Bridge. Several semi-trucks have jackknifed, and there are hundreds of school and business closings, and we've got those scrolling across the bottom of your screen. No surprise, Fayette County Public Schools has already announced they will be closed tomorrow. Of course, all of this happening because of the large amount of snow that fell throughout our area starting about mid-morning. And thankfully, again, as Bill mentioned a moment ago, it's starting to wind down. Let's now get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck, who's been tracking the snow totals for us and as even before it came in, and now tells us just what is left of this storm. Bill.
Folks, once again from the top with feeling, when you're on your seventh go-around here, it is winding down. We're getting into the final chapters of all this. Not only the interstates were they just horrible, but the surface streets. And it was a case, if you spread the amount of snow we had, if you spread it over equally from, say, 10 o'clock in the morning to now, things would have been okay. Most of what fell came in a couple of hours, and it just overwhelmed the system. We had some bursts of snow that were simply amazing. The overall number is going to be pretty close to the forecast, but again, when it all falls at once, that's where you get the problem. The back edge of the snow is now falling in Scott County. It looks like it's passed by Frankfort, just about past Lawrenceburg. Mercer, Boyle County, you guys will see the snow end next. That will work its way eastward. Looks like it's down around Lake Cumberland beginning. I actually got a view of my snow boots there. So yeah, we've got that going too. Still some heavier snow east of I-75. When we're all said and done, we're looking at that 4 to 8 inch snow. Remember, we upped the totals last night before the 11 o'clock news. So you got the 4 to 8 inch total cutting across most of southeastern, southern Kentucky. And it's still snowing, so we'll be adding to the numbers there. A pretty wide swath of 3 to 6 through the I-64 corridor and beyond. We're talking about the possibility of a strip that was going to end up somewhere in here of that enhanced snow. Well, that enhancement happened to come through Lexington right at about noon, 1 o'clock. And so we saw those tremendous snowfall rates. But from Mount Sterling back through Lexington, then along the Bluegrass Parkway all the way back to E-Town, you saw that. And once you get north of Cynthiana, much north of Georgetown, those snowfall amounts fell off pretty quickly. Future track here from 7 o'clock. There's your back edge. By the time we get you to 8 and 9 o'clock, we're watching that back edge deteriorate pretty quickly. And by 11 o'clock, the snow is pretty much gone at this point. But what's going to linger behind it? The cold temperatures. And we're talking single-digit cold, so be prepared for that. Have a little trickle of water running through those faucets. If you're worried about the pipes freezing, make sure your pets, make sure they have a warm place or just bring them in. The snow has been highly impactful. The travel was a real mess earlier. Tomorrow morning, you're still going to have to deal with a lot of issues out there as well, hopefully not like we were seeing today. Larry.
Okay, Bill, thanks. We'll talk with you in a few minutes. Get a drink of water. It's been a long day for you guys. At least 40 vehicles piled up in a crash on Montgomery County. I-64 eastbound near Mount Sterling. Shut down now for hours. This is some pictures from earlier today. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says the closure is between the 101 and the 110 mile marker on both sides. And there are, as you can imagine, large backups in both directions. Certainly avoid that area if you can. We've been following traffic all day long as snow moved into the area. LEX 18's Conroy Deluge is on Richmond Road now near Man of War. He's been all over the city. Joining us now live from the LEX 18 mobile cam with more about how roads are looking right now. Conroy.
Larry, not good. Still not good after all this time. The roads are still bad. Thank you, snowplow driver, for doing what you're doing, because these roads need to continue to get plowed because this snow will not stop. Most of the businesses we've passed by are closed for the evening. Shout out to the rallies we just passed. Those employees are still out there pumping out burgers, so thank you for doing what you're doing, and I hope you guys can get home safe as well. It's been a lot of... We've seen a lot of slick spots out on Man-O-War especially. We drove from Nicholasville Road to Richmond Road via Man-O-War. We passed by a couple cars that just could not get over the hills. It was pretty deserted on there because the road was just a mess. And that was the one spot where even we were having a difficult time in our truck. Joe, our photographer, is doing a great job of navigating these roads tonight. That does not mean that they are fun, and that does not mean that they are safe, but we've been going at a cautious speed. We're going 25 miles per hour right now, which is significantly slower than you would normally go on Richmond Road. It's been a long night. It's going to continue to fall, so please, if you do have to get out there, stay safe, go slow, stay home if you can. Live in Lexington, Conroy Deluche, back to you.
Great advice, Conroy. Thanks for that. Well, we showed you that picture a moment ago with a 40-car pileup over near Mount Sterling on I-64. We were able to track down the driver who took that photo that you saw of that pileup. Megan Booth now joins us live on the phone. Megan, glad you're with us. Glad you're safe. Tell us when you came up on and kind of describe the scene as you saw it, as you pulled up on that pileup.
The first thing that we saw, of course, were the police cruisers and their lights. And through the snow, we could start making out semis and vehicles just scattered through the median. We sat for about 2 hours. Once we finally got moving, we could finally see the main pileup.
And are you back home now?
Oh, yes, thank goodness, yes.
Okay. So you're stuck about 2 hours. What were the conditions? What time did you go through that area?
Well, we left Georgetown at 11. I actually looked at the timestamp on the photo. When I took the photo, it was 11:30. So we had been sitting in 2 hours before that. So sitting there, 1:30 we got moving.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, go ahead. Were drivers getting out of their cars, or what were people doing in all of this?
Most people were staying in their cars. Of course, the ones that were in the semis, that were in the median vehicles, those were kind of the ones getting out, talking to the responders, your fire and rescue, the police officers. Those were the ones that were out of their vehicles. Mainly everyone else stayed in their vehicles, stayed where it was warm, pretty much just waiting on traffic to get flowing again.
Yeah. Did you see you said a lot of police there. Were first responders there, or ambulance vehicles, emergency vehicles? You see a lot of that there?
Yes. We actually, I believe, arrived there before most of the fire trucks, but the fire and rescue. There were a few cruisers there, but most of the rescue vehicles showed up after we were in the actual stop. And then you've seen tow trucks come in. We got to watch a lot of the vehicles get cleared out by a tow truck. Okay. Which was a relieving feeling.
Sure. We will leave it at that. We are glad that you're safe, and we appreciate you sitting in the picture and taking a few moments to tell us what you saw. And again, thank you for your time tonight, and continue to be safe out on the roads tonight.
Well, thank you.
Okay, Megan Booth joining us there on the phone here on LEX 18. Special hour-long edition tonight of Evening Edition as we continue to track the ever-changing road conditions in Lexington and the surrounding area. Kristen Edwards now joins us live. She's been along the north end of New Circle Road. Right now she's at Eastland Parkway with a look at conditions there. Kristen.
Larry, the amount of drivers that we've seen out here has significantly gone down since we started our coverage on New Circle Road, and that is a wonderful thing for snowplow drivers because now they're actually able to do their jobs. Just a few hours ago, they were sitting waiting in traffic, but we've seen them make a few circles on New Circle, a few passes by us, so we know that they're now out. And in fact, one just passed us about 15 minutes ago. You can tell the lane that they actually hit there, but There's some other lanes that are still obviously looking very slushy and therefore are very slick. And as the snow is still coming down, the snow just keeps piling on. So we are not out of the woods just yet, but if I did hear Bill Meck right, it is winding down. So that is wonderful news for road conditions out here on New Circle Road. Live in Lexington, Kristen Edwards, LEX 18 News.
Oh, Kristen, you know, so many wrecks in Lexington due to the weather today that police stopped responding to non-injury accidents in the city. LEX 18's Michael Burke joining us out live. He is near I-75 and Newtown Pike with more. Michael.
Cold now. The snow is beginning to taper off a little bit, as Bill said it would by around this time. It's down to flurries now, but still, we've been here at this location for about 4 hours now. One snowplow has gone by. I can't speak to what's going on around the rest of the city, but I do know what I've heard from our LEX 18 viewers on social media mainly. And everybody is really at a loss by the city's response and the county's response to the snow removal. We talked with the mayor and the rest of the city officials at 1 o'clock this afternoon. They said they had everybody working on 12-hour shifts, rotating, obviously. They said that they would, even if the snow was continuing to fall, they would get out, move it around, even if that meant having to come back a second or even third time. But a lot of people just didn't see it, and we're hearing so many, I don't want to be too dramatic, but nightmare stories about people's drives to and from work, trying to get home. It's taking multiple hours just to cover 4, 5, maybe 6 miles. This is going to be one we talk about for a long time, not necessarily because it was such an epic snowfall. We've had more, but just the response to it and the amount of snow we got in such a short amount of time, making it so difficult to get around. Newtown Pike behind me, moving at a decent pace. Not great, though, considering that's one of our major arteries here in town. And I-75 behind me has obviously been very slow here at mile marker 115 throughout most of the day, and that's obviously in both directions. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
Okay, Michael, thank you for that. Not just the interstates we've been talking about, even people just trying to get through downtown Lexington have experienced problems. And again, some of our team had their own issues dealing with those roads as well, those surface streets. Let's check in now with the LEX 18's Mike Valente. He is live for us from Triangle Park with a look at how things are going in that part of the city. Mike.
Hey, Larry, it's a Thursday night in downtown Lexington. Usually people would be getting ready for a night out for dinner with their friends and family or getting ready to go to the bars. Luckily, it's pretty quiet, and that's a good thing because we've been telling you it's just not safe to be out right now, as the governor has reiterated, as state officials have reiterated, and we said time and time again, you know, as the temperatures drop, it's going to get even more hazardous. You've seen the countless images of cars getting into wrecks on the interstate. That's the primary concern, but even these roads are not really safe to be on right now. Conditions have improved somewhat. It's good to see that drivers are taking it slow right now. I can show you if we can turn around. This is the intersection right here at Main Street. You see not many cars going off on the street right now, but the cars that are here are using a lot of caution. We did see several businesses close. They just chose to not risk it and keep their employees at home, which appears to be the right call because this has been a hazardous commute, as we've been saying since this morning. We'll continue to keep you updated on all the latest conditions in Lexington on air and, of course, online, lex18.com. For now, we're live downtown Lexington. Mike Valente, LEX 18 News.
Okay, Mike. Well, University of Kentucky closing its campus to all non-essential personnel today at 3 o'clock. Classes don't begin for the spring semester until Monday, so there's no snow day for these students. And as for now, UK does plan on going forward with scheduled dorm move-in beginning tomorrow morning. Our Maggie Davis was there a bit earlier today.
Well, for the most part, all of these dorms that you see behind me are vacant today. That's because campus hasn't actually reopened for the spring semester. The majority of students are not back in Lexington because classes don't resume until Monday. But in the meantime, campus is usually still a little bit more busy than this. You have employees, students who decided to stay in Lexington for winter break, but obviously today, that all looks a little bit different. Campus actually closed today around 3 o'clock, so anybody non-essential was asked to stay home. That includes people who worked or were trying to attend the student center. Everything in this building, as well as other buildings around campus, have been shut down for the day. Here in the student center, that does include COVID-19 vaccine sites as well as testing centers. If you did have an appointment for the COVID vaccine or to get tested here at the Bill Gatton Student Center on UK's campus, you are asked, please stay home. They are not taking any more appointments today. Meanwhile, out here, you can see the roads are actually in pretty decent shape. A little surprising, actually, but just from our short drive from the TV station out here to campus, these are the best roads that I've seen so far. We have seen several snow plows go through. We have seen a little bit of foot traffic, not too much, especially since school is not currently in session, but the UK bus system is still going. A few cars are still driving by, and for the most part, these roads are okay. From Lexington, I'm Maggie Davis. Back to you.
All right. We'll still ahead on LEX 18 News. We're continuing to follow this snow coverage for you. Much more. We'll check in with Bill Mack as well and see what is left tonight and even into the weekend. That's coming up next.
The new year is a great time to refresh your home's look at the Burke Furniture New Year's Sale with huge savings throughout our 65,000 square foot showroom, plus 0% financing too. The Burke Furniture New Year's Sale going on now.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more. But it's so absorbent, you can use less. So it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices.
And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before.
Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
Or 8 years.
Get a real ID.
Or a standard license.
Renew online
or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing.
Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
Hearing loss greatly impacts your quality of life.
Everybody is different. No two brains are alike. No two hearing losses are the same. We will customize and tailor your hearing aids to you. The goal is you're going to put them on, you're going to forget it, and you're going to enjoy life.
Don't miss out on the sounds of life. Contact Calio Audiology for a free consultation.
The Burke Furniture New Year's Sale. All the best brands at the best prices. Sofas, sectionals, recliners, bedrooms, and dining rooms. And it's all on sale. And don't forget your mattress. The Burke Furniture New Year's Sale. Going on now.
BB in Tonight is brought to you by CHI St. Joseph Health.
All right, looky here, boys and girls. The back edge of the snow. And you are now seeing that still just a bit, well, between Cynthiana and Barry, between the Toyota plant and Sadieville, which, by the way, you get north of the Toyota plant, there wasn't nearly as much snow. We're talking just a couple inches for those folks. Ron Malinowski in Georgetown had 3 stamping ground reported, too. We also got those same numbers from Jack Donovan over there in Georgetown. Frankfurt looks like you're just about done. Might have a flurry lingering around just about to Midway, just about to Versailles, still snowing in Lexington, at least for a little while longer, but it is tapering off. And the back edge just about now crossing the Bluegrass Parkway, getting ready to come into Washington County. We're seeing a pocket still of some heavier snow, that darker blue. From Manchester to Boonville, Beattyville, Jackson on up to Campton. That continues on up to West Liberty as well. I wanted to show you what we call frontogenetic forcing. It's your big weather word for the day. What it is the bright patch of yellow. What you can call it is heavy snow. What happened was it was a narrow corridor that's set up, and we saw waves of these patches of yellow. That's how the radar was able to see it. Essentially, the atmosphere is lifted in a very robust fashion, and when that happens, you get giant snowflakes, and it snows hard. And for those of us that were stuck in traffic for 2 hours trying to get to work, we saw these different waves come by. And so, meteorologically speaking, it was fascinating to see all of this happen, but still a pain in the patootie to try and get to work in it. And again, you probably had very, very similar experiences out there. And of course, for the folks out there on the interstate, we just hope everybody gets safe and gets home okay. Last of those came through right around the 3 o'clock hour. And then you see the snow as it's been tapering down here over the last little bit. A view from Keeneland, your St. Joseph Health Weather Bug camera. We've been keeping an eye on Versailles Road, which is moving. Not quickly, but it is moving, and that's good. We want to keep everything moving right along Old Frankfort Pike, which was Bill's home for 20 minutes today. You're seeing Pepper Rickhouse there in the Distillery District, and again, the road is cleared off pretty nicely, but luckily there's just not much traffic, and not much traffic on Upper or on Limestone as we look there from the Lexington Financial Center. And finally, Main Street, we're looking there, and again, we've seen the traffic moving along pretty well through downtown, but just not a lot of traffic out there. Less snow today in Frankfort from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Amy Presky Rose sent that in, and again, there's some snow on the barrels, but only a couple, 3 inches fell in Frankfort today compared to what you saw on the south side of Lexington. This from Katie Neal. We've gotten a lot of pictures like this where you see the ruler, you see the 12 inches of the ruler and 2/3 of it's gone, with folks getting around 8 inches on the south side of Lexington over to the east side as well, out around Hamburg. And a lot of it had to do with the snow ratios today. What we saw was not your usual 7-to-1 or even a 10-to-1. We were pushing 15 and 20-to-1 ratios. So we saw about 4/10 the liquid equivalent on the south side of Lexington. That basically fluffed up to about that 8 inches of snow. So roughly a 20-to-1 scenario that we're seeing because it was Arctic air. So we've adjusted our map here. You're still going to see another inch or two from Lexington east. You get down into southeast Kentucky, 2 to 4 in the highest elevations. You could add another 3 to 5. And when we talked about that forcing, I mean, that's what it was. There's that strip that you see right there. Not terribly wide, and surrounding it, you've got the 3 to 6 inch totals, and again, the heavier snow also across the southeast for us. Winter storm warning will be continuing. So again, it was the high traffic volume. At the same time, the snow was coming down at its greatest pace. It's a bad combination. Bitterly cold air is on the way. So the Arctic front is here. We were lifting moisture from the Gulf into that Arctic air, and it becomes a very efficient snowmaking process. And the bottom line is we got a lot of snow, and we're going to be dealing with it for a while. Winter storm warning continues for the next few hours. Snow is ending. The cold will hang on. 8 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, cold day, but a bright day. That sunshine on the new snow, low 20s for the high. After another cold morning Saturday, mid-40s for the high. That is a big temperature jump. Close to 50 on Sunday. Rain, we'll keep an eye in case that rain ends up being just a little too much. Larry?
Bill, thanks again for that. Governor Andy Beshear declaring a state of emergency today due to the amount of snowfall. LEX 18's Carolina Buchek joining us now live from the state capitol with more on that.
Yeah, that's right. This heavy snowfall has caused so many problems that the governor has declared a state of emergency. Earlier today, we were lucky enough to be able to leave Lexington. We were able to get a good stretch of road. We were able to leave Lexington, come here to the Capitol where we talked to the governor about this snowstorm. And he said it's going to be a bad one. He knew this was going to be a serious weather event, but he said the plows, they are out there. The roads have been pre-treated. They are doing everything they can. And he said some areas will get cleared sooner, some will get cleared later. Everyone's trying their best. Here's what he said.
Some areas will probably be able to get cleared up quicker than others. And the temperature is also going to have a major impact, because if it drops, a certain amount, then even the treatments that you put on the roads can be less effective. So this is a serious weather event.
And here in Frankfort, it finally feels like the snow is beginning to end. It actually barely looks like it's snowing right now, so we are lucky about that. As far as how much snow has fallen here, we'll take a look at this flat surface. You can see there is a good amount of snow, but definitely not anything like what we've seen in Lexington. Live in Frankfort, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.
And yeah, great point. That's about the clearest we have seen since we went on the air at 4 o'clock today, no question. Most of us saw some really rough conditions on the road today, unless you were able to get to where you needed to get to plenty early. Lots of crashes, some huge backups. In fact, LEX 18's Lee Searcy getting stuck in one of them. She joins us now live in Jessamine County with this Storm Tracker team coverage.
Well, hi, Larry. We are in Jessamine County now, and we had a much easier time getting here than I did from my home in Scott County to Lexington earlier. Sat in traffic on 75 for 4 hours, but luckily we didn't run into that tonight. I want to step out of the picture and show you what I think a lot of first responders and police officers would be happy to see. Traffic is very light. The road is dark, very few headlights out here. People, I think, are following the advice and staying home. It's been very quiet here on US 27, here near Branning Crossing, and that is what police and officials want to see because the roads are treacherous. I talked to Jessamine County Sheriff's deputies earlier, and luckily they've had no serious accidents today. They've just had a lot of trucks jackknifed and cars off the road. They had a couple of county snow plows that got stuck in ditches, so they were out of service for a while. But overall, considering as much snow as we got, considering how bad the roads are as we speak, all is pretty quiet, and we certainly hope that it stays that way. Back to you in the studio.
We do that. It's no question. Please be safe once again. As we have seen throughout the day, travel has proven difficult for most, and we want to see what you, our audience, thinks. So we've been asking you all afternoon and early evening here to vote in our live poll. How would you rate today's commute? 1 star being terrible, 5 stars being perfect. We'll check in throughout the evening and have the final results later. Right now, though, it's about 1.6, you can say, so not very good. But again, you can vote right now, and we'll have the final results for you here later on this hour. We're back with more coming up after this.
Don't miss an all-new Law & Order Thursday.
One of these bombs goes off and our city is torn apart.
All these people attacked because of what they look like, not in New York City.
Back up really slow.
Last night, 5 inmates escaped.
FBI is bringing in their own specialist.
Detective, you're making a fool out of all of us. Unlike you, I don't hold grudges.
An all-new Law & Order Thursday, tonight on NBC.
At Ephraim McDowell Health, every service is here and ready to serve you. From cardiology to cancer care. From pain management to primary care. Orthopedic care to outpatient surgery. From emergency to ear, nose, and throat. And every service in between. Your safety, your health, our priorities. Ephraim McDowell Health.
2022's the beginning of a new year, and it's also the start of incredible savings at Hvac. It's a major manufacturer mattress buyout. Luxury sets from Beauty Rest, Sealy, and Serta in hybrid, traditional, or memory foam. Bird Pleasure pillow top. Save up to $1,500. Queen sets $999. Plus get a free power base upgrade. Free sleep bundle. Free delivery and up to 7 years financing. Doorbuster Ashley Hybrid, any size, $199. The New Year's sale. Nobody beats Hvac.
Itchy, squirmy, scratchy, family not getting clean? Get Charmin Ultra Strong. Go get 'em. It just cleans better. With a diamond weave texture, your family can use less while still getting clean. Goodbye, itchy squirm.
Hello, cream bottom.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Get your Storm Tracker forecast and start your morning laughing with Kincaid and Dallas. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on Lexington's new country leader, K92.9.
Well, we all had to endure it, myself included. The snow hitting every driver hard tonight, including many of the staff here at LEX 18. Our Austin Pollock was stuck in standstill traffic on I-75 for about a couple of hours this afternoon. Back on firm ground now. Joins us now live. He's off I-75 on Winchester Road and has this update for us. Austin.
Yeah, on the ground is certainly for sure, and feet on the ground, very, very cold here. We know that Bill has been talking about how we could expect some single digits later on tonight. Certainly feels like we're heading in that direction, very cold, and of course we're still seeing some of the snow falling, but out here on Winchester Road with New Circle Road just not far that direction, it's pretty quiet. Of course, we hear the occasional truck, occasional car come by, as we just saw, but one of the things we are still hearing is, since it's so quiet, is we're still able to hear some of the snow actually hitting the jackets. So again, very cold out here. Hopefully most of you are back home and safe after if you were on I-75 earlier on the interstate. Hopefully you're back home and safe, especially just taking it easy tonight and hopefully staying off the roads. Live tonight in Lexington, Austin Pollock, Evening Edition.
Okay, preventing frostbite and hypothermia, very important when the temperatures are like they are today. If you can, stay inside a heated building. If you have to go outside, be sure to wear proper clothing. You've seen our team exhibiting this all afternoon. Hats, mittens, scarves, make sure you've got a heavy coat on. Also, cover exposed skin, especially your nose, ears, cheeks, and fingers. And when clothing gets wet, take it off. Keeping it on can lead to a quick drop in your body temperature. And for the homeless who don't have a warm place to stay, the Hope Center in Lexington has an emergency shelter that's on West Loudon Avenue. It's open 24 hours a day. That center also providing other services, including meals and health care. Make sure to take us on the go with the LEX 18 Storm Tracker weather app. By the way, it's a free download. Helps you stay in the know, no matter where you are. Now, one programming note, BBN Tonight will not be on the air this evening due to our extended weather team coverage here on LEX 18. We'll be with you up until the top of the hour instead. Coming up, we broke more COVID-19 records today. What Governor Beshear had to say about today's numbers, plus more coverage of today's major weather event. Stay with us.
When you're snowboarding and everything comes together, it's a pretty powerful feeling.
Trying to push the limits. Do something no one's really done before.
It just pushes you to this place you never thought you could go. This is my moment. Like, this is it.
At Lexington Overstock Warehouse, we're opening our doors for our extended New Year's sale.
Here's what's on tonight on LEX 18.
Everyone knows Oak Factory is selling furniture right off the floor, but once it's gone, it's gone. Desks for your new laptop, sofas and recliners for all the movies you're watching, dining for all your entertainment needs. So shop Oak Factory where you can take it home today.
Looks like junk, right? Not to Signature Heating and Air customers. That's $500. Signature Heating and Air pays you for your old HVAC system when you replace it with a new one. And that's not all. They can save you as much as 25% over mega HVAC companies in Central Kentucky, and lower overhead means a lower price. Call Signature Heating and Air today and stay warm this winter.
Big trucks can cause big wrecks.
Because of its size and massive weight, even a slow-moving truck like this can be dangerous. I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs. I am America's big truck attorney. At Isaacs & Isaacs, we've recovered over $1 billion for our clients, and we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. So now I'm not just the attorney on the big truck, I'm the attorney on the big moving truck.
Big Truck Wreck, WeWin.com.
One call, that's all.
The Big Blue Nation's official station is LEX 18.
Other big story today, Kentucky once again breaking its new COVID case record. The state confirming almost 10,000 new cases. Yesterday, we saw 9,807 COVID cases. Today, another 9,836 new cases. The governor says hospitalizations, ICU beds, ventilator use, all trending up right now. It's all the work of the latest variant, Omicron.
Positivity rate now at 23.67%. Nearly 1 in 4 people being tested are coming up positive.
Well, the governor says your best line of defense is the COVID shot and a booster. He says being vaccinated is not enough. You need to get your booster as well. Our Storm Tracker team snow coverage continues after this break, including a check-in with Chief Meteorologist Bill Meck after this.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Hvac topical pain relief.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately I've seen this change in her.
Once weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Tired of being tired? Lose weight quickly and safely with Ageless Medical Weight Loss. We can help you return to being the best version of yourself. Take the first step toward a healthier, happier you and call Ageless Medical Weight Loss at 859-335-1330.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? It's because they rub against you, creating friction. And your clothes rub against you all day. For softer clothes that are gentle on your skin, try Downy Free and Gentle. Just pour into the rinse dispenser, and Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer, fluffier, and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle, recognized by the National Psoriasis Foundation and National Eczema Association.
Right now at Rally's, get 2 cheesy bacon cheddar crisps for just $4. That's $4 for twice the beef, twice the cheddar, and twice the bacon. Your wallet and your taste buds called. They want 2 bacon cheddar crisps for $4. Get Rally's delivered through our rewards app.
At CareSource, we get you. We get that you're working hard, but you still need to buy your own health insurance.
I got you.
We get that you want big benefits for a small budget.
I got you.
That's why we've made our Marketplace health plan so easy to afford. In fact, 4 out of 5 Marketplace customers
I got you.
can get a plan for under $10 per month with financial help. Get great benefits, get a great rate, and know that we'll always have your back. CareSource, we got you.
Welcome back to our extended Storm Tracker weather coverage here on LEX 18. You know, we saw a lot of snow come down out there today. Bill has been telling us all week, and especially last night, kind of updated those models as they change now. Let's go over to our Chief Meteorologist, Bill Meck, right now for the very latest of what's going on outside as Bill begins to taper off, right?
Yeah, and for some tapering off now pretty quickly. Officially for Lexington, it's 9 inches of snow so far. We may add a skosh more before this all winds up. This puts us at number 13 on the all-time list of snowiest days in Lexington. It's a tie for 13th place, so interesting stuff there. But again, we are seeing stuff winding down. This is a view from the Lexington Financial Center. We just were watching, might have been a plow going up there on Upper, but we see the traffic there moving there on Limestone as well. So then things are improving. The interstates are a different story, but at least the surface streets now, you're able to get around a little bit better. But again, things are beginning to collapse pretty quickly. On the Max Track Live Doppler, back edge of the snow is just about through Lexington, coming up now on Nicholasville, back toward even Mercer County. To the east, we're still seeing areas of snow, but it's beginning to wind down as well. So again, it has been a slog for us this afternoon. By the time it's all wrapped up, 4 to 8 inches across the southeast, pretty broad swath of 3 to 6 inch, but within that 3 to 6, there is a narrow corridor that starts out there by Litchfield through E-Town, Bardstown, continues through Mercer County, through Lexington. We had a 4 to 8 inch band. Looks like maybe now 4 to 9 for a couple of places as well, as the snow fluffed up and we had those big convective bands come through. Then you see to the north how quickly it tapered off once you got north of Georgetown. So 7:30, here is the back edge of the snow, and again, it's deteriorating pretty quickly. So again, this will wind down over the next couple of hours, but the thing is, the cold is going to stay with us through the night tonight. So again, that snow has been a high impact event for a lot of folks. The travel through the day was in the extreme category. Travel tomorrow morning, it's going to depend on how the plows can do tonight, and if they can get some of the interstate cleared off, we'll at least keep it at a medium. Could be in that high threat category, and the cold that's coming in, we're talking a high threat on that as well, because we're talking temperatures which right now are sitting in the teens and low 20s, are getting really cold tonight. We're talking lows that'll be headed down for a lot of us into the single digits. Wind chills will be below zero. The high tomorrow stays just in the low 20s, but it will get warmer. We'll talk about that and talk more about this snow in a couple minutes.
All right, Bill. Well, you're tracking the weather here in the studio. We have crews live all across central Kentucky, scoping out the snow outside. Conroy Deluge in the passenger seat right now as he and his photographer heading to Broadway. They were at the interstate a few minutes ago. A live look right now at the conditions from the mobile cam. Conroy, exactly where are you?
Good evening, Larry. We actually just passed by Whitaker Bank Ballpark where the Lexington Legends play, and it is nowhere near baseball weather right now, that's for sure. Let's get it turned around here. We are on Broadway, heading toward the interstate, actually, coming up toward New Circle right now. And my photographer that I have right beside me, who's been driving all night, Joseph, we are going as slow as possible because this road, Broadway's not as bad as it was earlier in the day. We were seeing some cars struggling all over the place this afternoon, but we haven't seen many cars out this evening as we continue our trek toward Loudon and then going past there to the interstate. We've seen a lot of first responders out trying to dig people out who got stuck, and I know that police are trying to limit their trips because, you know, between resources and the roads being unsafe, but there are a number of people who are still stuck out there. So definitely a time to stay inside, stay safe tonight, and hopefully we can get through the next couple days. Live in Lexington, back to you.
Okay, Conroy, thanks. Across the city, road conditions remain a challenge. LEX 18's Kristen Edwards joins us now. She is at New Circle and Eastland Parkway for the latest on how conditions are there. Kristen.
Larry, you know what? It's actually calmed down quite a bit out here where we are on New Circle Road. Earlier today, as you know, drivers were stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, sometimes taking hours to get to their destination. Now, I mean, behind me, look, there's no cars out here, and there are very few cars that we've been seeing passing by, and they're able to get to where they need to go a lot quicker. For some, that means speeding up, but I would not recommend that. We've seen drivers slipping and sliding out here on the areas of the road there where it's still very slushy. The plows have been able to come through in some lanes, but what you're looking at right now, a plow has not been through here in quite some time. So it is definitely still very slushy. So that's a good reminder that if you have to come out here, keep it slow and keep an eye out for those other drivers who might not be taking it as slow as you and might be fishtailing it out here. Live in Lexington, Kristen Edwards, LEX 18 News.
Watch out for everyone out there. Okay, Kristen, thanks. You know, thankfully, there aren't a lot of people on the roads in downtown, and as she just mentioned, things have really kind of slowed down everywhere. We sent LEX 18's Mike Valenti to Triangle Park to see how things are moving downtown. Mike, how's it looking?
Yeah, Larry, as we've been telling you, things are looking okay right now. Not a lot of people out. Restaurants are closed. Businesses also closed for the day, making sure their employees can stay home and safe. Early in the afternoon, we were near the station on Russell Cave and Loudon. That was a much different story. Remember, when the sun was still out, cars were having a pretty hard time navigating the roads, and so were people walking. You know, work doesn't stop, especially for the essential employees who need to get to their jobs regardless of weather event or a COVID surge. I talked to one man who is a custodian at UK Hospital. He had his bike with him that he was carrying, walking from UK to the north side of Lexington near Russell Cave. So you can imagine just how difficult that journey was, but how relieved they probably felt once they got home. We're live in downtown Lexington. Mike Valenti, LEX 18 News.
Yeah, no question about that. You know, today the governor talking about the winter storm hitting Kentucky before later declaring a state of emergency. LEX 18's Carolina Buchek joining us now. She is live from the state capitol with more on that in Frankfort.
Yeah, this heavy snowfall has caused so many problems here that the governor had to declare a state of emergency earlier today. Somehow we made it out of Lexington and we were able to come here to the beautiful Kentucky capital. And this is where we talked with the governor. We talked to him about this snowstorm. Was Kentucky ready for all of this snowfall? He said, yes, our plows are out there. They are doing their best, but he says everyone needs to give them some time to work. And he says, make no mistake, this is a serious weather event.
And I want to make sure that while I have confidence in our transportation cabinet and everybody out there, that people still know it's dangerous and take care.
Here in Frankfort, it has finally stopped snowing after many hours of nonstop snow. Now, take a look at this flat surface over here. You can see just how much snowfall we got here at the Capitol. It's quite a bit, but definitely not as much as we saw in Lexington. The bad part, though, is this isn't exactly that good snowman making snow. But it is pretty good sledding snow. We saw some kiddos having some fun here at the Capitol. Live in Frankfort, Carolina Buchek, LEX 18 News.
Yeah, a lot of powder out there. Carolina, thanks. Obviously, this is the first big snow of the season, and you might need a few reminders about how to handle things. That includes slowing down when you are walking. Yes, the Lexington and Fayette County Health Department says to, well, walk like a penguin, and you probably are wondering just what that means. Well, it means to concentrate on maintaining your balance. You can do this by walking with your arms at your sides. Walking with your hands in your pockets actually can mess up your balance. You should also walk flat-footed and take short steps. All of these tips will help you stay on your feet and not wind up on the ground. LEX 18 is back with more after this.
BB in Tonight is brought to you by CHI St. Joseph Health.
St. Joseph Health has expanded its affiliation with Cleveland Clinic Cancer Center. As a leader in cancer screenings, diagnosis, and treatment for more than 40 years, St. Joseph Health continues to bring world-renowned cancer care to our communities. We'll now be able to reach more Kentuckians with highly specialized care, expertise, and convenience for you and your family. Whether you are newly diagnosed, want a second opinion, or would like to schedule a cancer screening, give us a call at 844-940-HOPE.
Back when you and your sister had that terrible accident, I didn't know who to call.
You know who to call now.
Yeah, those Kaufman twins. Were you injured? Go to GetTheTiger.com.
Hi, honey.
Oh, I missed you.
You just want to video call the kids.
Okay. Hush, little baby.
Don't say a word. But if slow upload speeds turn your good night call into an accidental horror movie.
Can you hear me?
Shut it down. Just remember, you're not a bad mom. You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers faster upload speeds for more reliable video calls. Get AT&T Fiber, plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 877 only ATT.
I am a real customer of Bryant Heating and Cooling, and I have been now for 11 years. Why do I do this? Because Bryant has always been here for me. I've had units go down, but when I called them, they were here, and they never left my home until I was comfortable. My system gets regular maintenance, so I know that my furnace is going to perform its best, even in the worst conditions. But if it doesn't, Bryant will be here. That's why I do this.
For 20 years, Rod Hatfield has been serving Central Kentucky, first in Lexington, then in Winchester, and now come visit Rod Hatfield Used Car Factory in Nicholasville. Shop our huge selection of over 700 cars, trucks, and SUVs. You're sure to find what you're looking for. Relax in our state-of-the-art facility and enjoy the Rod Hatfield experience that others have for decades. Convenient hours, brand new location, continued service. Rod Hatfield Used Car Factory in Nicholasville.
My name is Matt.
Hi, my name is Jimmy.
I'm one of the lawyers.
You can talk to at Kaufman
and Stigger. Don't let questions about your injury accident go unanswered because we are here. To speak to a lawyer today, call or live chat at GetTheTiger.com.
Been an amazing snow for us. We'll talk about it in more detail as we go through the next 3 minutes and 55 seconds. You are looking at the back edge of the snow now, cutting across the area, and this is really dissipating fairly quickly. It's now passed by Cynthiana. It's just about to Mount Olivet. You folks there along the 68 corridor from Paris up to Carlisle, you are going to see that come by here shortly. So again, just about done with the snow. Georgetown, Scott County didn't get all that much snow to begin with. 3 inches from our storm tracker up there, Ron Malinowski, that's a little bit better than 3. Stamping ground had 2.570, I believe, is what we came in there with Scott County. Just heard from Sean Wilson in Lawrenceburg, 6 inches even. So again, a half a foot snow in Lawrenceburg, and the snow is done. Same thing in Versailles. Nicholasville, your flurries will be ending shortly, and again, we'll see that snow continuing to taper off. And we've talked about this several times today, so we're just giving you one more meteorology lesson here. We had a forcing going on in a narrow corridor. You see that strip right there? That where the dark greens and the yellows are, that's essentially where the atmosphere was able to optimize everything and squeeze every bit of energy out of the atmosphere. And what happened, if you were underneath it, you saw gigantic snowflakes. They came down hard. The snowfall rates 2 to 3 inches per hour. So that was one of the things that led to all of the problems that ensued today. That comes through again parts of Mercer, Jessamine, Fayette County, northern Madison County, Clark, Montgomery counties, along I-64 and south. And then by the time we got to 4 o'clock, we lost that energy availability. And over the last little bit, we've been watching the snow then deteriorate. So a view from Keeneland, your St. Joseph Health WeatherBug camera. This will be a very bright picture tomorrow. You can see traffic right there on Versailles Road moving pretty decently. You can see the airport now. So again, the snow is slackening off quickly. You can also see here from the Pepper Rick House, your visibility has greatly improved. So again, the snow pretty much winding down there in the Distillery District. You look then toward the Lexington Financial Center, going out there along Upper and along Limestone. Things have improved dramatically. So again, we have the snow cover, but again, folks are able to start getting around a little better on the surface streets, but the interstates again will remain a different story. Main Street remains snow covered, but again, folks are going around, and again, the snowfall has slackened off quite a bit as well. You can see some traffic moving there along Broadway. So we're just about done with the snow. You might add an inch or two. Still, southeastern Kentucky, we could add a couple of more inches before this all wraps up. The snowfall totals for Lexington, we actually have to move that number to a 9. It's officially a 9-inch snow in Lexington. 13th biggest calendar day snow we have seen in Lexington. And it was courtesy of that one band that came through. So again, you see that narrow stripe where again that forcing was going on. That's surrounded by the 3 to 6 inch snow, which was a pretty common number for a lot of folks. And then the heavier snow is also across southern and southeastern Kentucky. But then that sharp gradient going north where we went into not much snow at all. The winter storm warning will be winding down later this evening. The same thing with the advisory. Really put a perfect storm together. Those heavy, heavy snowfall rates combined with a lot of folks trying to get home at the same time at the lunch hour today, and that led to the traffic nightmares that we're seeing around Lexington and also complicating the factors out along the interstates. We are looking at the bitterly cold temperatures over the next 36 hours. The storm that came through was able to tap some Gulf moisture. That was the key to the equation. As we were able to do that, it lifted that Gulf moisture up into the Arctic air, and we saw these snows become incredibly efficient. So the low is heading off to the east and away tonight. As it does so, Arctic high pressure follows it in. It'll be a transient high, so we'll see the cold temperatures around, but just for a couple of days. But this is what we're pulling from. Single digits and below zero to the north, but the cold stuff, the real cold stuff, is coming, and you will feel it tonight. The winter storm warning with the snow ending down to 8, wind chills down around 0. A very cold, very sunny day tomorrow makes for a very bright afternoon. Low 20s for the high. After a cold start to your Saturday, we warm it up into the mid-40s. Rain arrives Saturday night and Sunday. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And then seasonably cold, but more importantly, dry for most of next week. More LEX 18 News Evening Edition, the expanded version, right after this.
BBN Tonight, presented locally by G&J Pepsi. Local products, global brands.
Another exciting enrollment season is winding down, and there's still time for you to save on quality, affordable health coverage and score great resources and benefits with Connect. So don't drop the ball. Connect, together for a better Kentucky.
Now with Spectrum Mobile, if you get 2 or more lines, it's just $29.99 a month each. $29.99! And I know what you're thinking. What can I really be getting for that price? Everything. Unlimited data. 5G included. You get this guy. He's great. He never stops. And you get, balloons. You also get the most reliable service coast to coast for just $29.99. Hey, I got you these. Thanks. And also, there's no added taxes, no hidden fees, no contracts. And you get the fastest overall speeds for just $29.99 a month.
$29.99?
Oh, I know. It's very good.
This is thousands of hours of advanced research.
And yet, still $29.99. That's a multi-billion-dollar network you're getting. For how much? Oh, right. And you also get... Oh, this is a closet. And all this comes on a super secure connection. $29.99. Are they crazy? Possibly. Are they going to change it? No, they already made the balloons. It's the best deal in mobile. Spectrum Mobile. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
EKU gives students every advantage, like no fees or test scores required for admission, free textbooks for undergraduates, and thousands of dollars in scholarships based on your GPA, not the ACT. Learn more at advantage.eku.edu.
I was on my way to the gym on my motorcycle. This guy pulled right out in front of me and slid about 50 yards head first right into his car. I'm sitting in the ER. I just typed up on my phone, what do I do when I get in an accident? So I clicked on the Morgan & Morgan. You don't have to pay until you win. I'm young. I don't really have a lot of money. That was almost a no-brainer. Within 30 minutes, I had my attorney, and then I had a full team all working together just for me. I didn't have to deal with a thing. And then at the end, I get a check. And my decision to make Morgan & Morgan my attorney was probably one of the best decisions of my life.
Here's what's on tonight on LEX 18.
Folks, the clock is winding down. There's just a little time left for you to make the play to save more on quality health coverage through Connect. So beat the buzzer and enroll before January 15th. Connect, together for a better Kentucky.
Salt trucks, snow plows welcome sights today as crews cleared the way on some of the city's major roads. But their mission has really just begun, and there's even more to do now that the sun is down. LEX 18's Michael Burke joins us now live off I-75 and Newtown Pike with more on the city's plan for tonight. Michael.
Well, Larry, that's a good point you make because there is a lot more work to be done, but it should now be a little easier to do this work, probably a lot easier to do this work with fewer cars on the road. Behind me is Newtown Pike, virtually deserted. I-75 behind me as well, likewise, deserted. This is a good thing. First of all, people are off the roads, which that's what you want right now. But also it gives them the room to work that they did not have earlier today. I think that's part of the reason why the response was somewhat lacking a little bit. It wasn't a lack of effort or a lack of desire, but there were a lot of cars on the road today. Downtown looked like a parade. What was going on? There was so much traffic down there, and while we thought the heat from the vehicles and all those vehicles moving around would help push the snow around, that wasn't the case, not with the amount of snow we got in such a short amount of time. So it made the road crews work a lot more challenging. But now that everybody is getting home, getting off the roads, it should be a lot easier. Hopefully, even despite these cold temperatures, it'll make the morning commute much easier than today's commute was. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
Right, Michael. Austin Pollock now joins us after sitting on I-75 for a couple of hours this afternoon. He is off the interstate just there on I-75 and Winchester Road and has this update.
Well, we're not seeing as many cars on the road as we saw, of course, earlier in the day when a lot of people were really trying to get off of I-75. We were, of course, lucky enough to get off of I-75. And, of course, we're hoping that everyone who has spent several hours on the highway, on the interstate, are able to make it off okay. But here on Winchester Road with New Circle Road just going that direction, we've seen a couple of plows. It's been a good bit of time, probably at least 25 or 30 minutes since we've seen a plow. But for the most part, we're seeing just a couple of cars here and there, probably the last group of people making their way home after really being out and about for much of the day. Big thing we're paying attention to, these frigid cold temperatures. We know Bill has talked about how we could see some single digits. A few flakes are still floating through the sky, making their way to the ground where the snow is on the ground, that is for sure. And I was able to dig my heel a little bit earlier and started to see some of that ice. So if you are headed out, even in the morning, please take it easy. In Lexington, Austin Pollock, Evening Edition.
We've been asking you throughout the evening how you would rate today's commute. More than 500 of you took part in voting, and the final results, an average of between 1 and 5, 1.6 out of 5 is what you said. Thanks for voting. Back with more after this.
BBN Tonight, presented locally by CHI St. Joseph Health and by G&J Pepsi, local products, global brands.
Boneless wings gone wild. Zaxby's all-new Buffalo Garlic Blaze. Saucy, savory, spicy, spectacular. Try it on the new Buffalo Garlic Blaze Boneless Wings meal. Comes with fries, Texas toast, and a drink. Only at Zaxby's.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-430-5232. That's 1-800-430-5232 now.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually, and we're built to bite to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
If you like something with a little kick to it, you're going to love Zaxby's Buffalo Garlic Blaze. Savory, spicy, simply delicious. The all-new Buffalo Garlic Blaze Boneless Wings meal comes with fries, Texas toast, and a drink. Only at Zaxby's.
This week on The Race, we're talking about the economy. How the numbers used to describe it are playing out in real life.
Watch The Race, Sunday at 9:30 a.m. on LEX 18.
There is the back edge of the snow. You may cheer if you would like. You are looking at that now, roughly about Highway 68 or so, going through Bourbon, Nicholas County, through Lexington, continues into about Harrodsburg and Perryville. To the east, we're still seeing the snow out there, but it will be winding down here over the next little bit. And then the cold. Single digits tomorrow morning. Wind chills will be below 0. Highs tomorrow just in the 20s.
Wow. And again, that 9 inches in about 8 hours. Right? That's pretty quick.
And it's our 13th largest snow for a calendar day.
All right. Thanks for watching LEX 18 News Evening Edition. We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock today.
LEX 18, streaming local news 24/7. Search for LEX 18 on your device.